Then I usually do a question and answer video on Wednesday. Loud. They wait. They wait until I'm doing a live video. See how they are? Thank you, Mr. Truck. Anyway, hello. So this, doing some Q&A. So if you guys have got questions, let me know. So today I wanted to talk about parallel parenting because that question came in this morning. So I thought, perfect time to answer it. So parallel parenting. So narcissists are, they love to fight. If they don't have somebody to fight against, they get very restless because it keeps them busy, okay? So they enjoy trauma, they enjoy drama, they enjoy causing problems. They need drama and chaos the way the rest of us need oxygen, okay? So when you're having to parent with a narcissist, you're not co-parenting. That's a complete and total fallacy, and I don't know how in the hell they came up with that. So they're always like, oh, you have to co-parent, you have to co-parent, you have to co-parent. Well, good luck with that, because you're not dealing with somebody who's rational, and you're not dealing with somebody who is empathic. You're dealing with somebody who views the child as having no more meaning than this glass of water. It is an object to be used to them. So very often they will use the children as pawns, and they will, use them to hurt the other person. So narcissists do this because they can't stand it that you figured them out and you left, okay? And healthy, normal parents love their children more than anything else on the face of the planet. And so they know that if they can get that child to hate you, or if they can get that child to do something to hurt you, then they've won. That's what they think in their crazy heads. So there is no such thing as co-parenting with a narcissist. What there is parallel parenting. So meaning, meaning that you don't co-parent with them because there's no agreeing. If you say the sky is blue, they will sit there and argue with you that it's actually purple, right? Or green or whatever. It's like anything you say or do, they're going to do the polar opposite because that's who they are, okay? So you're not going to co-parent with them. You're going to parallel parent with them. So parallel parenting is where you undo the damage that they have done while the kid is over at the other person's place. Okay, unfortunately in the USA we have 50-50 custody. The only time they ever give up 50-50 custody is if there is active abuse or neglect going on. And that's, you got to prove it. You can't just allege it. You've got to prove it. And that's the sucky thing. I have my opinion on the family court system. I think you know it. The court system it needs to be completely redone top to bottom. Because really, when you think about it, there are amicable divorces, believe it or not. They do happen. Not everybody is a narcissist. Some people, they just realize, this is not working out. We're not meant to be. We have to do what's right for our kids, and they get amicably divorced. The ones who end up in the court system for years, if not decades, are generally narcissists, because to them, the court system is grand theater. It's their chance to voice their disgruntled opinion of their ex and this, that, and the other thing. And if the judges are not savvy to it, they allow them to get into the court system and just continue to use the court system as abuse by proxy. So you're not going to be co-parenting. You're going to be parallel parenting. So in other words, kid goes over to mom or dad's house, whoever the abuser was, spends a week or so with them, or 2-3-3-5 or 5-3-3-2. I think that's how they do it. And so then the kid comes back, and for the first day, they're just, blah, all over the place and angry and yelling at you. So here's something you need to realize. When your child comes back from the abuser's household, the reason they're angry at you is because it's not safe to be angry at them. You are the safer target. You do not allow it, and you point it out. Who are you really mad at? Who would you really like to be yelling at? Okay, it's not safe to yell at them. I understand why you're angry, but do not take it out on me. You can be angry. That's cool. But understand I'm not going to put up with disrespect. I'm not going to put up with name calling. I'm not going to put up with whatever. So the kids, when they come back, act out because they're now with the safer target. They're now with the safer parent. And so a lot of parents are just, oh my God, you know, when the kids do that, because they're like, but I'm the sane one. But I'm the kind one. Yeah, you're also the safer one. They can't take it out on mom or dad who's the abuser, because if they did, oh my God, how many times have I heard my father, who was an abuser, you can't be mad at me, I'll give you something to be mad at, even though we had an absolute right to be angry with him because he was a crazy mother clucker. So, did I do my, I didn't do my thing for BetterHelp, did I? Oh, crap. Okay, hold on. BetterHelp is my sponsor. BetterHelp, betterhelp.com/Kris Godinez, online, worldwide, therapists everywhere, master's level, PhD level. Thank you, betterhelp.com/Kris Godinez. Sorry about that. Okay, getting back to what I was saying. They will be like, I'll give you something to cry about. I'll give you something to be angry about. They cannot, and they will not, accept personal responsibility. Not from you, not from their kids, not from the judges, not from anybody. They literally think they are above the law. And so when a child is over there, that person may be saying horrible things about you. And if they try to defend you, if the kid tries to defend you, the abuser will punish them. And so then the kid quickly learns ego defense, which is siding with the aggressor. So you side as a child with whoever the abuser is in a misguided effort to not be punished. So you have to undo all of that when the child comes back over to your house. And it really, truly sucks. It does. And the best suggestion I have, and of course, by the time people usually find me, they're already in the divorce process. I would say, if you are considering leaving and you have children, make sure in your divorce decree that you put in there that the kids get to have therapy, their own therapy. Okay. What I've seen abusers do is they will try to take over the therapy sessions. If a therapist does that, fire them, get another one. So the kids need a safe place, and you need documentation of what's going on to be able to go, oh my God, mom or dad has done this, that, and the other thing, and they're saying this, that, and the other thing. Do you see where I'm going? They need a safe place to vent. It's not safe to vent with mom or dad, whoever the abuser is, and they're doing misguided venting at the abuser at the sane parent, so that's not healthy either. So a good therapist is going to help them to understand what their emotions are, help them not side with the aggressor. Do you see where I'm going with this? So you need a good trauma therapist, not just some yahoo that says, oh, I'm trauma informed. Oh yeah, well, what's your training and what's your background? Seriously, you want to interview these people 10 ways to Sunday. And I want to point out again, since I'm on a rant, a lot of narcissists are attracted to my profession. Holy mother of God, yeah. So hang out at enough conferences and you'll be like, oh, sweet baby Jesus. There's a lot of narcissists in my profession. Why? Medical profession. Shahida Arabi just posted a really great article on this. They're attracted to the medical profession. They're attracted to law enforcement. They're attracted to being lawyers and judges because it's a position of power. So when you're getting a therapist for your child and you're in the middle of a really contentious divorce, make sure, number one, that your attorney understands high conflict divorce and high conflict custody. If they do not hire them. And a lot, again, just like therapists, a lot of attorneys are like, oh yeah, I know high conflict. No, you don't. No, you don't. Unless you have done many cases and have gotten a really good success rate. No, you don't. So that's why I pick my attorneys very carefully when I'm recommending attorneys to my clients. So Brent, who's in Mesa, Brent Bryson, he's my guy. He's done literally hundreds of these cases, and he knows how to poke the narcissist so that they lose it, which is good. So anyway, getting back to this, parallel parenting, okay? You're gonna be undoing all the damage that the idiot has done, male or female, when the child comes back. Is it frustrating? Yes. Is it like being a single parent? Hell yeah. Because you're having to do literally all of the parenting and extra added bonus, undoing the damage that the abuser has been doing. So the abuser will do all sorts of things. They will poison the child's mind against you. They will encourage them to be disrespectful to you. Oftentimes what I see narcissists do is they'll do the Disneyland mom or dad thing. Oh, well, you know, there's no rules over here. You can do whatever you want. You know, you don't have any rules. You don't have to do homework. You know, and to teenagers, that's really appealing. Sadly, it is very appealing to them because, you know, they're teenagers. You remember what it's like to be a teen. This is the thing that drives me crazy. I cannot stand it when adults pretend that they don't remember what it was like to be a teenager. Come on. We didn't want rules. We were rebelling. We wanted to do what we wanted. I'll do what I want, you know, that kind of thing. And that's what the abuser appeals to the teenagers. Now, to the younger ones, they may do things like, oh, well, you don't need to do the homework. Oh, we did it, you know, or they may lose the homework and then try to paint you as the bad parent. Well, where's the homework? You know, that kind of thing. They're crazy. Let's just be clear on that. So you definitely, when you're divorcing a narcissist or a dark triad, you definitely want to have a good communication with the teachers, okay? Because the teachers are kind of the front line. They'll see behaviors, they'll see what's going on, they'll see if homework is missing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you want to make sure you have a good relationship with the teachers. You have a good attorney that truly understands narcissistic abuse, truly understands high conflict divorce. You want a therapist for the kids. In the divorce decree, narcissists will try to stop the kids from getting help. Why? They don't want to be exposed. They hate therapists, good ones anyway, because they know that a good one is going to be able to see right through them and know exactly what's going on. So you want to make sure that's in the divorce decree. You want to talk to your kids. You know, it's okay for you to be angry, but who are you really angry at? What's really going on? Let's talk. So keep that line of communication open. Now, the other mistake I see divorcing parents make is that they will fight the narcissist over everything. You cannot. You can't. Listen to me now and believe me later. I am not kidding when I tell you that they will pick a fight over the color of the sky. See the sky back there? It's beautiful. It's blue. It's pretty. They will tell you it's, I don't know, orange and argue with you on it to the death. Seriously, you got to understand, guys, they need what is discord? They need upset. They need drama. They need chaos, and they need to make you wrong no matter what. Even if you're right, it's gonna be one of those situations where, oh, yep, the sky is blue. No, it's orange. Whatever, dude. You know that the sky is blue. They're gonna try to keep pushing your buttons. Stop responding. You've got to disconnect those buttons that they are pushing. So the biggest thing I see is that the narcissist will send a zinger email or send a zinger text or call or something and push buttons, and then reactionary, obviously we get reactionary. Some people call it reactionary abuse. I don't like that. It's reactionary. We're just we're reacting, knee-jerk reaction to the poke. So you've got to get to the point where they poke and you just go, whatever. And you don't respond. So Gray Rock is going to be your friend, and knowing who the hell you really are, okay? So because I know who I am, I know the sky is blue. I can see blue sky with pretty little clouds, and it's green over here, and there's surfers somewhere back there. You know, so if a narcissist came up and said, no, it's orange, and that isn't green, that's purple, I'd be like, okay, crazy, and then walk out. You know, I'm not going to engage with them. They need you to engage. If you do not engage, they have nothing. Okay, now is it going to piss them off that you're not engaging? Yeah. Are they going to continue to poke for a little bit? Yeah. And eventually, though, they get tired because you're not responding. The more you respond, the more ammo it gives them, and the more you're going to say something you don't want them to know. So you don't want to do that. How many times have I had clients slip something in the middle of a heated argument because they wanted to hurt the narcissist? Listen, guys, they can't be hurt. They can't be hurt. Listen to me now, believe me later. They don't have empathy. They don't care. They don't have to. You can't hurt them. There is nothing you can say or do to hurt them. The biggest way to hurt a narcissist, really, honestly, honest to God, swear to hand to heart, Hand to God is you ignore them, gray rock them. That really gets them because they have such an incredibly fragile ego. They can't imagine people not paying attention to them. So if you don't pay attention to them, that really wounds them to the core because it's all about them. It's not about other people. They don't have empathy. They don't care what they're doing to other people. You've got to get that through your head. So you really want to just ignore them and don't respond immediately. So the biggest mistake is the narcissist comes in, does some sort of poke, either text, email, phone call, whatever. We get reactionary and we immediately respond. When they start poking, you either hang up the phone, sorry, gotta go, somebody's at the door. You can lie, that's fine. Or if it's a text or email, you sit on it for 24 hours. There is not a judge in the country that's going to demand that you respond immediately unless, caveat, it is an emergency situation with the child. Now, here's the other thing we need to talk about. When an abuser is emailing supposedly about the child, they are going to send a novel-length email damning you for everything you've ever done, okay? And somewhere in that crazy email is going to be one line about the kid. And if you don't respond to that one line about the kid, they're going to say that you're not responding to their emails, which is why you have to scan through it, find the one line about your child, respond only to that. Respond only to that one line about the child, not the rest of the crap. But they're kind of like spammers. So I've noticed that spammers have recently started the whole, oh, you know, my spouse was abusive and blah, 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 blah. And then down at the bottom, it's like, oh, and they can hack your phone through WhatsApp. You know, it's like, aha, okay. So I've learned to scan, you know, comments, emails, etc., and find that one line that I need to respond to or to delete or whatever. So that's what you've got to start doing. You've really, really, really got to train yourself. This, you can't take it personally. And that's, I know, it's hard. It's hard not to take it personally because they're trying to make it personal. But every rotten thing that they are saying, if you could possibly in your head go, oh, they're talking about themselves. Okay. Because normal human beings don't have that amount of hate. They don't. They really don't. I mean, my God, the world is too beautiful. And our time on here is so short. There's no time for that kind of hatred. There really isn't. If somebody is not to your cup of tea, leave them the hell alone and get away. But a narcissist doesn't do that. A narcissist will glom on, especially if they're a dark triad, and continue to poke and continue to stalk and continue to harass and continue to whatever. So the best thing to do when that is going on is to just ignore them, gray rock them. Do not allow them to, what's the word I'm looking for? To get into your head again, okay? It's not personal. It's about them. It really is. Every rotten thing they're saying about you is really about them. You know, that's just what they do. They project. So when you're scanning the email, you have got to kind of gird your loins, put on some armor, recognize that the person who's emailing you is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, scan it, find what has to do with the child, answer that and that alone, and you can take your time. You can take 24 hours to answer an email or a text unless it's an emergency. So a lot of times like I said, what abusers will do is they'll cloak it as, oh, this is about our child, and really it's just a diatribe about how horrible you are. Everything they're saying is really about them. Remember that. Okay, so that is where people get into trouble, is that they respond immediately and they're reactionary and they say something that they shouldn't, or they give away something that they shouldn't. So my advice is, with all emails, unless otherwise court ordered, you have 24 hours. Sit on it. Don't answer them immediately. Now, what they may do is they may flood you with texts or emails or whatever because you're not responding. Okay, well, dude, you're not the boss of me. I do what I want. I have 24 hours. Screw off. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you don't have to answer them immediately. Narcissists want that immediate gratification. They can't stand it being ignored again. So yeah, that's kind of a little way to take your power back also. And two, it's good practice, because it's like, No matter what they say, it's not about you. I know it feels like it's about you, but it's not about you. So in parallel parenting, super important, get with a good trauma therapist for the kids. Now, if the abuser tries to take over the session, every once in a while it's fine to have the parents come in, that's great. But if they're doing it every session, or if they're doing it more than like once every 6 months, that's no, get your own therapist. And part of it is because narcissists cannot stand not knowing what's being said about them. The other thing you want to do is make sure that you get a therapist for the kids that is very clear to the narcissist that the only thing that will be discussed is danger to self or danger to others. That they are not going to be discussing everyday stuff. And really, that's all that therapists need to give is the kid a danger to themselves or danger to others. Narcissists want to know everything. I've had several try to, get records for their kids, and the kids have been like, oh, hell no, and so at my discretion, I can say, no, I'm not turning that over. The kids need privacy. Do they not like that? Yeah, you bet. Will they try to take you into court? They might, So the thing of it is that you need a therapist that's not afraid of these mother cluckers. You really do. Because a lot of therapists, as soon as you mention the word subpoena or you mention the word court or whatever, they go, oh my God, I don't want anything to do with that. Well, listen, are you in the business to help people or are you in the business to protect your ass? You can do both. Thank you. You can protect your ass and help people, but you can't sit there and be afraid of them. That's what they count on. They want everybody to be afraid of them. You cannot be afraid of them. They really don't have any power. They think they do. They don't. So if they bombard you with text after text after text or email after email after email, you document. You keep every single one so that you can show that you're being harassed, okay? And you can show that none of these emails have anything to do with the kid. Or if they do, one line out of a 7-page email, that kind of thing. So they do engage in parental alienation. They want the kids to hate you. They do, because they know you love them. And that's the best way to hurt you. So that's why you've got to keep that line of communication open with the kids. Do not be shocked if the child comes back and is angry with you, when really they're angry at the other person, but it's not safe. So you got to remember that. So it's siding with the aggressor. That's what parental alienation is that the child, if there is no intervention, if the other parent, if the same parent doesn't call it out and start talking about it and start doing a contrast and compare of behaviors, the kid is going to end up siding with the abuser because they don't want to be punished. So you've got to make sure you jump in from the get-go. The kids are in therapy, you're talking to them, you're undoing the damage that the parent does when they go over there, and you're keeping a good line of communication open with them and with the teachers. So you want to make sure you have a good communication with anyone who has any contact with your kids so that you can keep everything running smoothly as a parent. So, and like I said, don't fall for their poking. They want you to stay in a state of upset. They want you to stay in a state of constantly fighting them. Listen, pick your battles. Pick your battles. You're not going to win every single one. And you pick the major ones. So the major ones are ones that have to do with the child's safety, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and otherwise, the child's well-being, things like that. They're going to do all sorts of crazy stuff. And this Sunday, I'm going to talk more about some of the crazy stuff that they're going to do on the holidays. For example, they'll mess with the holiday schedule. They'll, bring the child back late or bring the child back early or, whatever, just to mess with your timeline. So in that case, you roll with it. They want you to fight with them. They want you to scream at them. They want you to be upset. Don't. If you're like, okay, whatever. Now their little plan falls apart and they have no drama. Which means they probably won't try it again because they didn't get what they wanted. So remember, narcissists are extremely immature and they will only do things that they are assured of winning at. So if they think they're going to win at something, they'll try it. And if they don't win, they stop because there's nothing in it for them. What's in it for me? That's always their ever-present question. What's in it for me? Which is why they don't understand altruism. Well, why are you helping the homeless? What's in it for you? Do you see where I'm going with that? They have no empathy. None. Zip, zero, zilch, nada. So, yeah. You want a gray rock? You want to not respond? Okay. All right, so you're picking the child up late. Great. Okay, you're coming home early. Great. You don't give them anything. Do not give them anything. All right, guys. Well, that's what I wanted to talk about today because I had a question this morning on Facebook about, what to do if your abuser is, continually poking and continually causing upset. And the thing you need to gird your loins for is if you have children with them, they are going to continue to try to cause problems until that child is 18. And then after that, they're going to try to continue to cause problems when there is any sort of major family event. Weddings, funerals, births, anniversaries, birthdays, etc. They love to destroy anything that's happy. So that's why you've really got to be on guard against narcissists as the child ages through age 18. Any family event that narcissist is invited to, I can guarantee you they're going to try to ruin it. So that's why you want to talk to your kids when they get older and as they're growing up, contrast and compare. And don't be surprised that even after the child turns 18, that they still try to cause some drama. But now legally, they got nothing. They really should not be contacting you because the child's legally an adult and they have no legal leg to stand on to continue to contact you. And you can tell them that. And if they continue, that's when you get a restraining order against them. So, all right. Well, I hope that answered that. Stop it. That question. All right, guys, on Sunday, I will be talking about holiday headaches. We're going to talk about how to deal with the holidays, what to expect, how to protect yourself, what to do, etc., etc., etc. There's been some really interesting questions about how to deal with certain family members that are crazy. So we're going to address holiday headaches on Sunday. All right, you guys, go be good, drink plenty of water, take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you on Sunday. Bye.